Okay, if this is your first time, or if you need a refresher on how the random connections exercise works, the first thing we need to do is open up this Random Things website. So we'll jump there, and it's going to pull up 6 random things, just 6 different objects. And every time you load it, you can rerun it and get a new 6. I need to pick 3 of these to begin with. For a more challenging exercise, you can choose 4, 5, or 6. But to start with, let's pick 3. And let's say the book and the monitor and the cookie jar. And then I try to find a connection between those 3. So if I'm thinking about these, let's see, books, you open up books to use them, but you turn the monitor on. You would open the cookie jar to use it. But you don't open up no, so that won't work. What else? The books are filled with texts. The cookie jar, books are filled with things, and the cookie jar is filled with things. The monitor is filled with display. Maybe that's a bit of a stretch. I'd like to find something a little stronger to connect them. What else? Books contain information. It's all bound into the book. The monitor contains display, whatever information, entertainment, something, it's going to contain that to display it to you. And the cookie jar contains cookies. So that's a little more closely linked, a connection between all 3 of them. And so you keep exploring what is it that characterizes these things and see what you can make connections between them. The goal is not to make superficial connections, like I could make a monitor gray and a book gray and a cookie jar gray. That really is pointless. You can do that with any 3 objects. The goal is to try to think about the characteristics that make that object what it is. Color is not one of those. Where you would store it might be. What it does, the characteristics that make it different than other objects. Those are the kinds of things you want to think about to try to make connections. And how this relates to creativity is that one of the core skills of creativity, if you remember back to your Getting Started map or Think Design map, is making connections between otherwise unrelated things. And this is a perfect website to practice that on because it will give you 6 random things every time you pull it up. And you may instantly look at this and say, sketchpad, book, eraser. These 3 things all deal with type or letters, the alphabet. They all deal with writing. But try to pick things that are unrelated. That's why I picked book and monitor and cookie jar, because it was more challenging for me to stretch my creativity that way. So that's the exercise. See what you can do. Challenge yourself with 3, 4, or more.